Excellent, guys, for tuning in. I'm amazed you're here. What a coincidence. We're going to today look at the GoCo smartwatch for iOS and Android. And I just ordered this recently, so I want to share this with you. There are different color options available. I picked the black edition, and from all I can see, it has this metal wristband. And what my plan is for today is, as you can see right now, we're in the introductory part. In part 2, I'm going to do unboxing, show you a few close-up shots of this smartwatch. And as you may know, this really nicely designed watch functions as a fitness tracker / activity tracker. And it even has like the heart rate monitor and can count your steps, the pedometer. And that's why what I'm going to do for you guys in part 3, I'm going to test this smartwatch thoroughly. I'm going to go outside, test the pulse function, test the step counting function. Then I'm also going to go to the App Store. In my particular test, I'm going to connect it to an iOS device, show you the app, show you how to configure it, and obviously you can change these clock faces. So maybe I'm going to shuffle through the designs of these clock faces. And I even read on the website, I believe that this smartwatch is IP67 waterproof. And best thing, I show this to you here in the side card. So the 6 basically stands for the dust resistance and the 7 for the water resistance. And you should at side card see what resistance means. Obviously there are a lot of different IP standards, so that's a little bit tricky for me to remember all, but you see it in the side card. And my idea was just, obviously I wouldn't go like swimming necessarily with that watch. I think that's maybe stretching it a bit too far for my personal preference, but I can just give it a hose it down outside in the garden to see how it handles if it is sprayed with water, just to test this for you as well. So guys, this is the GoCo smartwatch. Why don't we just get rolling with the unboxing? I'm really curious to see how this watch performs, so you can follow along step by step. That's what the navigation is for. And after I've used that smartwatch for a while, I'm also gonna give you in part 4 my summary and conclusion. Guys, awesome you're here. Let's get started. Next up, we're gonna look a little bit closer at the GoCo smartwatch for iOS and Android. So we're gonna jump to the unboxing part right now. So let's quickly open up the package. I'm really curious to see what the build qualities of this particular watch. And as you can see, everything is wrapped in this plastic protective material. So my guess would be I have to remove this first. Also from the sensor here, you see the 2 charge points, and oh, the watch actually woke up, probably because I was shaking it a little bit. The watch kind of noticed it. It looks really cool so far, but I actually think in the manual, or what I've read somewhere, I think it's a good practice to give it a little bit of a charge. So let me quickly remove all these plastic tapes from the charging cable. And you see again the contacts as well as from the watch itself, and then I'm going to be right back. And yeah guys, as you can see, I removed all the plastic material, and as you can see, the build quality looks really nice. A nice metal wristband. Everything is pretty shiny, so I'm gonna charge this up in a second. Maybe I can show you the menu here, then change the clock faces, download the app and stuff like that. Only one minor detail that I noticed is, maybe you can see this here. There seems to be a tiny little bit of air on the top part, so maybe they have to iron out the manufacturing here a little bit. But other than that, you can see that it really looks like a really nice, stylish watch. So why don't we go right ahead and jump to part 3A, download the app and see how we configure the watch and pair everything. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect this to my computer via USB, charge it up, download, and then show you how to download the app and how to configure everything. So let's jump to part 3. And before I forget, the charging, you cannot put it on from this side, so you have to put it from that angle. There's some kind of magnetic latch mechanism, something like this there. So let me quickly show you how this looks when I plug it in. And yeah guys, what I'm simply going to do is I'm just going to plug this into my computer to see the charging progress. And as you can see here, the green indicator light starts to flash, and the smartwatch should be charging if I'm not mistaken. So let's see how this performs, and I'm going to be back in just a second after having this charged for a while, and then I'm going to show you how to configure it with the app. And yeah guys, right now we should have jumped to test part 3B, where I'm going to download the app, and as you can see, there's a QR code on the back that you can use, or you just type the app name HBand into the Google Play Store or into the App Store. And what I'm just going to do, let me quickly grab my phone right here and then open the app so that I can scan the QR code. So let's quickly scan the QR code. It has already detected it. Let me put the package to the side and then we're gonna open this. And as you can see here, the app is called HBand, and I'm gonna go to the App Store to download it. As you can see here are all the functions. So why don't I just download this, and then we're gonna pair it and I'll show you the details of the apps. Now guys, as you can see, I downloaded the app. So let's see whether I can figure out how to pair this. I started the app and then the app wants to know my location. It would like to send me notifications. And the first thing that it wants me to do is to create an account. So let me quickly set up an account for this app. Now guys, I quickly looked through the app and there are a bunch of settings that you can change. If you want to do that, you can go to this tool wheel right here. And then you can see you can change the message, notification, heart rate alert, alarm settings. You see the paired device. You have a brightness, adjustment, stuff like that. So that should be pretty straightforward. Here's the firmware update. Maybe it checks this automatically. It seems the latest firmware is on the device, so which is nice. Saves me from updating it. So that was the device settings menu, and obviously I haven't used the smartwatch yet, so I think it's best I'm using it for a couple of days to gather some data. And here you can have some modules that you can track, and there's also at the bottom a module manager, so you can select which modules you want to have there to track your statistics. So that's a first impression. Let me just use this for a little bit, maybe go outside, do a little bit of a field test, go for a walk, and then share my insights with you about this smartwatch. But so far the app is easy to install, pairing is pretty easy, just takes a moment, and I showed you all the steps. So let's do some more testing. Let's jump to the next part, and I think that should be part 3C. So guys, I prepped for you the water test of the GoCo smartwatch, and as you can see here, I have a bottle with drinking water, and I'm just gonna pour this carefully over the smartwatch to simulate a little bit the water test. And then we're gonna see whether the smartwatch still works after the water pour. So let's test this. So guys, I'm gonna carefully start, pour a little bit water over the watch. I mean, the IP67 water rating should be pretty high. So let's assume you're on a hike and some sudden rain. That's something that the watch should probably handle pretty well. So guys, yes, the watch still works even after the water test, and right now we jump to the next test part. And I used the smartwatch for a couple of days, and let me quickly share with you the results that I got from testing the tracking function, the step counter, as well as the pulse function. So let's open the app real quick and then look into the step counting menu. And on the first day, I walked around a little bit outside in the park. As you can see, the target was maybe a little bit high, 22,000 steps, something like this. So for me, that would be probably 20 kilometers, something like that. So maybe you want to customize this to your liking, more or less, because I think 24 kilometers, you gotta walk for a couple of hours to get all the steps in. So the target was set pretty high. So let's switch another day. Another day I didn't do very much. I just went outside a little bit, 10 kilometers only. And then on the third day, I only went shopping 3 kilometers to the local grocery store. I took a very short walk, but the tracking function seems to be quite good. So switching the menu real quick to the heart rate monitor. So depending on your exercise level, obviously the heart rate will be higher and lower. So you can track your fitness there and keep that in a nice range. And I also compared it with another fitness tracker, both fitness tracker, this GoCo smartwatch and the other tracker that I have. They above showed the same results, so that seems to be pretty accurate. And I like this a lot. Why don't we quickly jump to the settings for the different design styles that you can pick, because I think I mentioned this before. You can obviously change the clock faces in the app. This is the standard clock face. So let's switch to the other ones. So it's all pretty nicely designed, a little bit minimalist. Here you don't see the pulse. So if you want to see the pulse, you shuffle through. This third one shows you the pulse. You can pick a design. Maybe they make more designs in the future, not really sure. Yeah, but it looks pretty nice for the budget price. You can even customize the design a little bit. So let's go back to the default, and why don't we quickly jump to the summary and conclusion part. Excellent, guys. This concludes the test of the GoCo smartwatch. I've used the watch for a couple of days. I showed you the water test. I showed you how to download the app. I showed you the build quality. And the one thing I noticed is that if you're in an environment like when I was outside and I took a walk in the park, I mean, if you have bright sunlight, I feel the display is not quite strong enough. I mean, if you're inside, it's more than bright enough. If you're somewhere in the shade, it's also okay. But if you're spending a lot of time, maybe at the beach or in bright sunlight, then readability of the display might be an issue for you. That's really the only thing that I noticed. For me personally, it's not such a big deal, but for somebody else it might be. So that's something you can consider. And otherwise, I mean, downloading the app, as you have seen, downloading the app, very simple. Just scan the QR code, download it, pair it with your smartphone, and then set your target, how many steps you want to take, and just put on the watch and you just keep tracking your progress, and that worked pretty well. Awesome for tuning in, guys. I also invite you to head over to my channel page. Let me show this quickly to you here. There I have a lot of different categories, audio equipment, video equipment, and I'm also going to do some smartwatch reviews and fitness tracker reviews. So you're invited to compare there a little bit as well. I'm excited you have tuned in. I see you as a subscriber, and in the next video. All the best to you guys. Take care.
And because you just watched a review of the GoCo smartwatch, you might also be interested in comparing them against other fitness trackers or other watches. So I'm going to create a playlist on my channel page where you're going to be able to compare different smartwatches and fitness trackers. And you can check that out on my channel page as well. Guys, awesome for tuning in. I wish you all the best, and I see you as a subscriber. And in the next video, have fun with your new device. Take care.